So in today's tutorial, we're going to be teaching you guys how to go and invest in FC25. But before we do go and start the video, if you guys are interested, I do offer a daily subscriber trading guide over on my Twitch, which you can get for free with Amazon Prime. All you got to do is go and click on the top link in the description, and from there you can go and subscribe. You can do it for free with Amazon Prime. If not, it is only £5, €5, or $6. In that, you'll get yourself daily updated investment guides, daily updated trading guides, daily updated, well, for shadow trading, for silver trading, to help you with all your trading needs. And basically what we're going through in today's video, I'll do all that hard work for you guys and just give you buy and sells. A few examples for stuff like Adeyemi, who last week we recommended going and picking up at 90k on the Sunday, who went all the way up there to 120. Also, you got stuff like Marquinhos, who we recommended buying on the Sunday, who you could have gone and got for, I think it was 140, and he ended up all the way up at 175, and many more. So yeah, if it's something of interest to yourself, it is to make the trading easy. But in today's video, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be teaching you guys how to go and invest in FIFA. Most importantly, the trend of how to go and invest in FIFA on buying stuff before weekly rewards and selling stuff after weekly rewards. Obviously, there are so many investing trends, and if you guys are interested, we can go and cover all the different trends. But in today, we're going to be talking about how to buy stuff and go and flip it at weekly rewards. Like I was saying earlier, you know, we recommended people buying these Marquinhoses at 140 on the Sunday, Monday, and it went all the way up there to 170. Would have made yourself a nice, easy 20-25k profit, subjective on what you flipped it for. Likewise with Adeyemi's, we recommended buying at 90 and went all the way up there to 120. Would have made yourself a nice little 25k for every single Adeyemi you bought. So there's really, really good money in it. But the hard part is, how do you know who to go and buy? Well, in today's video, we're going to be teaching you guys how you can learn who to go and buy. There's about 3 different segments. First 2, quite easy to go and follow. Last one, a little bit more difficult, but you know, with a little bit maybe trial and error in a few weeks, you guys should be able to get it. So the first trend we are going to be deciding, or the first trend we're going to be talking about who to go and invest in, is going to be buying the promo team that we've kind of just had, and kind of buying post knowing there's a bit of demand. Well, what do I mean by this? So a few weeks ago, we went and got ourselves Rush. And obviously we got players like Trent in it. Now Trent, as you can see, had a really nice rise from there to there. But how are you to know that Trent has a really nice rise from there on the Friday going out of packs and peaked up there on the Thursday, Friday with division rivals? Well, you don't necessarily have to go and buy them here to go and make profit. You could buy them here, 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 or here, and you'd still be making profit. So what I like to do in this is I like to give it a few days. Yeah, you're not going to get it at the cheapest, but it's going to have proven demand. So for example, I would normally go and buy stuff on a Sunday after the Icon SBC, which meant for Trent, you probably would have been able to buy about 340 to 360k. So we would have gone and bought Trent here. But how do, you know, why would we have gone and bought Trent here? Well, basically, if stuff rises between it going out of packs here on the Thursday, going into Sunday, we know that the card's in demand. We know that people will demand the card more than it's listed, meaning it will continue to rise. And I'm going to show you this trend happen across loads of different promos, across loads of different players. And normally what happens is if we see a rise between the Thursday to the Sunday, well, then we'll also see a rise from the Sunday to the Thursday with division rivals. And this is what we saw happen right here. We saw him rise Thursday to Sunday. I would have recommended people to go and buy him on the Sunday. Then he rose from 355 all the way up there to 415. So a lot of the buy time with division rivals is Sunday after the Icon SBC. But like you can see here, you know, you could have bought on the Thursday, you could have bought on the Tuesday, could have bought on the Wednesday, and you still would have made money. Now your sell times for these cards are normally Thursday evening, if not Friday midday. So let me show you what happened with another player in the promo. So we got Diego Dalot. Now we can see Dalot went out of packs right here. And we can see between the Friday to the Sunday, the card rose. The card rose 20k. Not crazy, but not every promo card would have risen out of packs. And because not every promo card would have risen out of packs, you know, we can see that these are significantly more demanded than others. We rose 20k right there. We would have bought them on the Sunday for around about 240. You can see by the Friday, you got up to 280. That's because by using this point to this point, we knew they were demanded, which meant when people got coins from Division Rival Rewards, because right here, people don't have coins from Division Rival Rewards, they got coins from Weekend League. Between here to here, people aren't getting any more coins. And because people aren't getting any more coins, you don't really have that many more people buying Dalot. But as soon as the EA gives everyone like 60, 70, 80k from Division Rivals, subjective on how much you play and what division you're in, he then goes up another 40k because people now have more coins. So basically this trend is all about using earlier in the week to see what's demanded, so that when everyone gets coins, you can know what goes up. So there's it happening with Rush a few weeks ago. Here's it happening just the other week with the likes of Trailblazers. So an example is someone like Hem. we can see hemp between the Thursday to the Sunday went from 37k to 50k. Now again, a lot of people would look at this and go, oh, well, she's already risen, you know, I've missed the low point. Yeah, you've missed the low point, but you've got to appreciate this is all in hindsight. Because there would have been plenty of Trailblazer cards that you could have bought, that you could have gone and bought, but you wouldn't have made money on. So yes, you've missed out on profit, but it's all in hindsight. I can go and show you someone like Gabriel. So again, Gabriel did 340k, and by the Sunday, he was 350k. So you could have bought Gabriel going, oh, he's a Premier League centre-back, he's got aerial, he's really high in demand. But actually, in hindsight, he wasn't well demanded. And this is why you don't necessarily go and buy them all on the Thursday, because you don't truly know on the Thursday who's well demanded. It's only post them rising a bit do you know who's well demanded. So we wouldn't have gone and bought someone like Gabriel, and as you can see, if we did go and buy Gabriel for 350, then hold to the Thursday, he did go up to 390, but like proportionately to hemp, that wasn't really a great rise. You know, was it 350 to 390, 40k? You made 30k a card. But let's go and grab the likes of hemp, who again is significantly cheaper. There we go. We would have been able to go and buy hemp on the Sunday for about 50k. We could have gone and sold it on the Thursday for 60k. So we would have... Okay, I'll have to work this out. We basically are going to make 10k for every 50k we invest. Whereas the Gabriel, if we can go and grab him right here, who we would have bought on the Sunday. Now, again, you could go and pick these points if you're cherry picking, but 350 to 390, that's 40k. You're only making about, what are we saying, 40k. You're making about 10k almost for every nearly 100k you've invested. So you can see proportionally there's, you know, the rise on someone like hemp is way, way better than the rise on someone like Gabriel. And again, the reason we go and buy hemp is because of how much he rose between the Thursday to the Sunday. I'd say if there's been like a, I don't know, say like a 15 to 20% rise between the Friday then going out of packs to the Sunday, the Icon SBC, that is really, really good signs to go and sell them. And again, we'd be selling these cards Thursday evening, if not Friday morning. Interesting enough, she actually did go down a little bit on the Thursday evening this week. I think it's because we obviously have Ballon d'Or cards, but you still can see that, I guess subjective on when you sold her, you still would have got about 58 to 55. Last week's probably not the best week to use because of the Ballon d'Or sort of market crash we saw this week. Well, yeah, again, we saw this happen a bit with Duran. It didn't really work as well here. You can see he went from 16k on the Sunday, 24k, so we would have bought him at the 24k, and then we would have gone and sold him, sorry, that saved him work as well, and then he went up there to 34k, so you can see a really nice rise using the logic there. Good rise there. Yes, you could have gone for 16k, but it doesn't matter, you can buy him at 24 and sell him at 35. Pulisic, another example, we can see he went down there from 190, and by the Sunday he already rebounded there to around about 230k, so again that's up 20%. Well, he went from 230k up there to 280k, and again, even if you were going to sell in the evening, which like we normally recommend, he was still 260. There's a little bit of an anomaly last week that they didn't peak on the Thursday evening, and it's just because of the Ballon d'Or cards. Pulisic, by the way, was another card we recommended. In fact, we actually recommended Pulisic, Hemp, and Duran, but again, if you guys want to do it by yourself, then all you got to do is go and see who's rebounded well between the Thursday to the Friday, and if they've rebounded well between the Thursday to Friday, well, that foreshadows them being well demanded later in the week. So that is the first investment. First investment is buying players that have just gone out of packs for the previous promo, but have risen well between Friday to Sunday. The second thing is buying link investments to well-demanded SBCs. So recently we've had cards like Thuram and Sissoko, and some of their link investments have done quite well. So Thuram came out on the Sunday the 6th of October. We can see that Breme on Sunday the 6th of October was 149, and he went up there to 210 on the Monday. And even though he went from 150 to 210, there was still more money on this card because it was being used as a link investment. So this card, again, would have been easy to go and buy at 210, and he went from 210, like we were saying on the Thursday, up there to 240. So yes, the card was heavily inflated, but again, even if you were to buy him for the average on the Monday, there is still a, what are we looking at here, a 30k difference, not amazing, with a 12k tax and a 18k profit, but again, the idea is you would have got probably cheaper than 310, but more than 240. We can show this happening with other Serie A cards. Again, remember he came out on the Sunday, he went from 136 up there to 164 on the Monday, but you still could have gone and sold him for 188k on the Thursday. Another Serie A card, DeMarco. Again, on the Monday it was 160, but if we go and look what he was on the Thursday, Friday, he still went from 160 there to, I mean, 168 wouldn't be really fitting the agenda, but 178k on the Friday would have been very nice. And that's kind of that. So again, link investing players who rise nicely with the well-demanded player SBCs. Another nice example recently was when we got the Sissoko, and Sissoko is so unlinkable that that there wasn't really too much, but someone like Pires did really well. If I'm not wrong, Sissoko came out around about here on the Sunday, and Pires then went back down on the Monday 310, but he actually peaked up around about 360 on the Friday, because I was flipping cards like him. So link investing into the top SBC cards is a really nice play. And the last play is quite awkward and quite difficult, and this is, I guess, more where people kind of would favour using the guide, and because it's quite a hard skill to get. This is basically looking at cards that rose the previous week and understanding that they're going to be well demanded this week. Well, what do I mean by this? Well, we can see someone like Lautaro Martinez. Last Wednesday to Thursday, he went, if we can go and grab him, 147k. And on the Thursday, let's go and grab like Thursday evening. Where are we going to go? Thursday evening, he was 167. So he did 147 to 167. Well, the idea is that he was demanded last week, or 2 weeks ago. But because there was nothing that came out 2 weeks ago that replaced him, he did really well the previous week, and then he also did really well this week. This week he went from 166, and again, this week wasn't amazing, but he did go and peak up there to around about 185, 186. Again, sadly, last weekend, not the best weekend to go and use because of the Ballon d'Or panic selling. So the third trend, is that buying players that perform really well the previous week should also perform really well the next week as long as they weren't replaced. So again, another example of this is someone like Adeyemi. Now Adeyemi last week did 70k all the way up there to 90k, and this week he also went and did, what are we looking at? He did 99k all the way up there to 115k. So again, another card did really well the week previously, nothing replaced him that week, and he went down. This also works for promo cards. You can see right here, Zai Emery, the previous week was 220, went up there to 260. Nothing in that week replaced him, and then that week, the week after, he did 240 to 280. So basically the idea is if stuff did really well last week and they aren't replaced between last week and this week, they can do really well this week. Again, looking at buying them on the Sunday. Now, what might go and replace the demand for someone? Sadly, we haven't really had any well-demanded SBCs for absolutely ages. Maybe someone like Andrew Robertson. Okay, so let's go and grab this card right here. Semi-well-demanded card. A card that's quite a comparison to this is John Arne Riise. Now, John Arne Riise on a previous week, if we can go and grab it. Now, Heroes didn't do this well this week because of the Ballon d'Or, but John Arne Riise on a previous week did 113 to 128k. So he did pretty well. He went up a best part of about 15%. Well, the problem is he didn't do very well this week. The reason he didn't do very well this week is because he was replaced by Robertson. He only did 91 up to 95. Obviously, as soon as Robertson came out, he crashed. And he probably won't do very well next week because this card has just been replaced by Robertson. So what you got to appreciate is using players who did well the previous week works all well and good as long as they weren't replaced by an SBC or an Evo. So this week we've got like up and coming, got like an Inaki Williams SBC coming. So, especially post it being out and let's say we knew it was well demanded, maybe you want to go and buy strikers and right wings this week if you know that the cards have been replaced by Inaki Williams. For example, someone like an Aspas wouldn't be good to go and buy, probably knowing that he might go and get replaced by Inaki, but if he crashes because of Inaki, I wouldn't expect him rebounding that well because, the demand for him is kind of not done, it's kind of been decreased. Not necessarily every card. You may look at this and go, oh, can't I just go and buy every promo card? Not necessarily every promo card rises with Thursdays. We can see this is, what's it called? Cole Palmer from last week. Cole Palmer last week before Div Rivals was 500, after Div Rivals 520. And yeah, we get countless sort of promo cards that maybe they're just a little bit too expensive to really rise nicely with Div Rivals. What might we go and grab? I'm trying to think if there's anything right here. Maybe we can go and grab someone like Neymar, who probably didn't do that well with Div Rivals, if I'm not wrong. Where are we going to go? Come on. Yeah, I mean, he did like 100k to 130. So your prime budget, because I guess we haven't brought this up yet, is around about 50 to 150k. 50 to 150k is your prime budget because the sort of coin increases people get by Div Rivals and the sort of consistent price that people go and upgrade their team by. We can sometimes see nice rises on cards more expensive than that, like the Trent, like the Zai Emery, but yeah, you want to be using previous trends. I think this kind of should wrap it up again. The buy time is going to ideally be as close to Sunday as possible. Your sell time is Thursday evening, Friday midday. The trends are again either buying the previous week promo cards that have risen nicely between the Friday to the Sunday, or you're looking at buying cards that rose well in previous weeks, or what you're looking at buying is link investments to well-demanded SBCs. I think that should go and wrap it up. Any questions you do have, I do go and stream 8 to 9 hours every day between 9 AM all the way through to 6:30. So do make sure to go and join there. Should be a second link in the description. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.